What's up, travelers, and welcome to the Thavorian Pokemon Gym League, where trainers from across the region step into our custom gyms, challenge our leaders, and try their absolute best not to get publicly humbled on YouTube. Across Thavoria, we have 8 gym leaders who have earned their positions through hard work, determination, and probably a concerning amount of time spent on Pokemon Showdown. Today, we're featuring 4 matches from the Gym League. These battles were originally streamed live on Twitch and are casted by myself, Unseelie, and Strings. We are later joined by Evan and Guren at the casting desk. Will the challengers walk away with glory, badges, or bragging rights? Or will they become another cautionary tale buried deep within the Thavorian archives? Let's get into these battles.
And this battle is about to start. Thank you, Strings. Okay, so our 6 on Something Smart side is the Pelipper, the Basque Legion, the Dragonite, Charizard, Corviknight, and I believe Golurk. Okay. And then on Will's side, we have the Whimsicott, the Frostlass, the Greninja, the Hisuian Typhlosion, the Sinistra, and I'm going to say this right now. I feel as though the Sylveon is slowly becoming his ace, but we'll have to see.
Okay. This is clearly not a trick room team, despite the big fat blue lunchbox in the bottom. Mostly because there is no trick room serves. It's probably going to be a thing to pick up the pace in late game, in case there is a trick room on Will's side. But everything else seems pretty speed oriented.
I will say I do think the Golurk is here for a Game 3 switch up, just in case that Trick Room does become an issue for Smart on the back end.
Well, let's see what happens. There's a lot of ghost types. There are more ghost types in Will's team than there are in Smart's team, by the way.
I saw that. That is crazy work. And
Really, it's going to be Whimsicott and Sinistra.
well, Double Dragon on, well, potentially Double Dragon. It seems like Something Smart is repping that gym leader color from the Discord chat with his opening right now.
Pretty much. He's just representing that white and orange combination from his profile picture. So Dragon Smart. Either a mega,
So
either are both megas.
I guess my question,
Scenario. Not gonna lie, I think it would be more expected to see a Zard Y maybe.
I think a Zardwai is probably a very good call on that. With a heat wave potentially coming out to try to get rid of these threats that are potentially standing in front of him.
Dragonite is gonna go for good protect as the tailwind from the Whimsicott that is coming out. Let's see what Charizard does. It's still faster than the Sinistra. Let's keep that in mind. And
Wow.
It's gonna one hit KO the Sinistra with a crit.
So
And it's gonna hurt the Whimsicott.
that Whimsicott, I have seen that Whimsicott do some crazy work. It is a bulky Whimsicott, but I'm wondering, do you think he made the changes that he was talking about when we were talking with him last night?
I think there were, of course, some tweaks and adjustments from Will's team. However, Smart is an excellent team builder. I don't know the specific build on any of his Pokemon because we haven't had a conversation with him at all about the Gym League challenge, but that Heat Wave crit, it's probably gonna give him game 1.
He also very much has been very hush-hush. Even during the League Challenge, he was very quiet on what he was planning, prepping, what he was looking to do. And I mean, I remember myself, we were questioning some of his trades that he was making. And we're like, this does not make sense.
Charizard is gonna come back.
And we're going to set rain.
Drizzle is gonna come out today. Dragonite is gonna make it with the Mega Dragonite, so it's working the side. And because of the rain, probably here again. Ninja is gonna go for a Blizzard with the protein Come on, Ice-type Dragonite got points.
The Blizzard on the Greninja is such a fun tool. Oh, and we got a Moonblast from the Whimsicott. I think if that Blizzard would have hit, I think the Whimsicott may have been able to take that kill.
Well, Thunder is gonna come out into the Ice-type Greninja because of Protein. It's not gonna kill a Paralysis would kill. So, oh my god.
No. Something Smart is getting very lucky on these status effects that he has been just manifesting.
Not even that, Will has the opportunity to take the weather control back, at least for a little bit. Seems pretty obvious here that Pelipper at that HP has two possible options, either White Guard or switching out.
I feel like Wide Guard is a safe bet here, knowing that the Greninja has the Blizzard and Frostlass also potentially has that Blizzard on, getting ready and holstered to try to take out both of these Pokemon.
I want to take a gamble here and say that the Dragonite is not modest natured anymore. Yes, it is the event one, but I do believe it's not modest natured anymore. And I don't know if Extreme Speed from a non-modest Dragonite will be able to take the Greninja out.
There's the Wide Guard.
Come out. Is it gonna be the Blizzard? Is it gonna be the Aurora Veil? It's
Oh, okay. So the Wide Guard was called. Now,
it's not gonna be a KO.
and a Fire Blast is going to KO.
Yeah, it was a tough game one, so Will, not gonna lie. Not bad calls, but that RNG, I've experienced it first-handedly. It was hard.
The Fire Blast on the Dragonite was not something I was expecting. I'm going to be honest with you. I did not expect the Dragonite to have Fire Blast. I thought it was going to be your standard, Thunder, Hurricane, Extreme Speed, Protect build.
Is gonna come back out. Probably gonna pick a Blizzard. Dragonite is gonna go down. The only problem is that now it's an Ice type against a Fire type. There is no more Tailwinds, so Charizard is probably gonna be faster as well.
Do we know if Charizard is faster than the Greninja?
Charizard should be faster after the Paralysis.
Oh, that's right. The I completely forgot about the Paralysis. It might not.
The only saving grace here would be 3, maybe 2 connect in Water Shuriken and Pelipper not attacking.
He did not go.
It's gonna come out from the Charizard, it's gonna KO the Greninja, and we are done with game 1, ladies and gentlemen.
We are going to be going into game 2, and let's see if Will can cinch this up to get a game 3 going. I do think he has the tools to be able to do that, though.
He has the tools to take game 2 for sure. The only problem is that, man, that RNG has been tough.
RNG. So I will say, RNG in Champions is a very tough. I'm not even. I'm going to say here. I'm going to call this right now, and maybe I'm crazy for saying this. RNG is the regional gimmick for Pokemon Champions.
Yes, RNG in general is the new sweep. We don't really have a lot of, we don't have sport users at all. So, yeah. RNG in general is just a new sport.
Do you think, so after seeing something Smart's leads, do you think we're going to see a change up for Will?
Honestly, I don't think we're going to see the same opening from either.
Okay.
And if you want me to take a risky call here, maybe Corbinite will have play in this game too. A risky play considering Will's team, but we might see it.
I'm wondering if the Dragonite was to bait out that Sylveon, and we're going to see the Corbinite. Ooh, okay.
Exact same opening on Smart's defense. Sylveon and Whimsicott are going to come up for the challenger. Another crit would be just a killer.
I mean, it really depends on how this Sylveon is built and what it can withstand.
For what I remember, it's quite the bulky. It's quite the bulky Chihuahua.
Okay.
It's kind of about it's not gonna kill the Whimsicott again. Quite a
And-
decent chunk on the
and that-
Sylveon.
It looked like it left the Sylveon roughly around 75%, which is a lot less. Which is a lot less damage than I was initially thinking. Oh, and a
Trick
trick
is
room.
gonna come out from Whimsicott. Are we maybe in front of an Encore Whimsicott here? Because if Whimsicott is able to Encore the Dragonite protecting, it can be quite a problem here.
Now, do you think Smart had predicted a trick room and brought that Golurk?
It's either Golurk, maybe Pelipper is not that fast, and Corviknight in the back. If you want to weather that storm, that will be good. Good thing is that Mega Dragonite preserves that multi-scale. Sylveon's gonna go for another Calm Knight, just wrapping up. Moments from the Whimsicott fully mean speed. To break the multi-scale, and now I think the upper hand belongs to Road.
After it's been two calm mines. Yeah, after two calm mines, you're just not going to get the damage off that you want to with either
You
one of
cannot
these
take that
Pokemon.
Sylveon down anymore, but it's confused now. Heatwave is not gonna be enough, not even a crit will take that Sylveon from the range it is. Whimsicott is gonna go down, but the multi-scale is broken.
I would argue that Whimsicott 100% did its job that it set out to do. Now, I'm very interested to see what's in the back.
100%. The only problem here is I don't remember exactly if the Frostless or Greninja are slower. I think they're just the fastest thing in the field right now.
Even if they are the fastest thing in the field, there is a possibility that, I mean, it has priority with the Water Shuriken, so it definitely could do what it needs to do and get out of dodge.
Since it's not a battle pump Greninja, it is quite complicated to see Greninja killing from this range the Charizard. It would need to get the 5. It would need to get the 5. And it's just gonna get 2. The Thunder is gonna connect into the Water type Greninja. That's probably gonna be a 1-hit KO, but maybe resist with 10. Heat Wave, if Greninja doesn't dodge, it is gonna be quite a loss for Will here. We're down to the last 2.
So, thinking of what he has in the back, or what he potentially could have in the back, I think the best option probably is that Sinistcha to just keep that Sylveon alive.
Either Sinistcha or we're probably gonna see that Frostless again, not gonna lie. Frostless is in fact gonna come back out. We have 2 turns of Trick Room left, so even a double protect would be a gamble, but it wouldn't be the first time that saved someone in the fleet.
Now, that being said, I do think the Frostless might not be the actual worst play here. That
is gonna go for Mega.
That Blizzard should take out the Dragonite,
Dragonite is gonna go for the protect.
and we get
That
the
was
protect.
quite the clear move. Frostless is gonna go for the protect, predicting the Heat Wave. Now let's see if Sylveon can take the Charizard out. Hyper goes at +2. It's
Just
not
barely
gonna be-
misses. But that Sylveon is not going anywhere.
That Sylveon shouldn't be going anywhere in the foreseeable future unless one of the physical sweepers on Smart's team come out.
So I'm wondering if the physical sweepers are not in the back, because of the fact that he has not switched out. And these Pokemon are in a precarious situation at the moment.
You can't see them in the commentary table right now, but we have more people in this voice chat with us right now. They're just quiet.
Oh, yeah.
The second commissioner is here.
Let me see if I can
And
get...
the second commissioner is right here for a double KO from the Sylveon with the Hyper Balls.
Let me see if I can get the... Let's see if I can get Evan in the commentating desk with us, and we can get some talks from him about
What's going on? Glenn, good to have you in the commentary table with us. Welcome, welcome. You came just in time for game 2. Pelipper and Basculin General. Will has the Aurora Veil up, however, that Basculin hits hard, especially after 2 deaths last fight.
Okay, Evan, you are now on the commentating desk. I don't know if you are watching the matches live, but
I am currently booting up my own champions to log into watch.
so right now we have Will Fetty versus Something Smart, and this round 2 has been very good. Very good.
Either see the ending of Will here, or we see that Sylveon holding the game with maybe a Hyper Voice. He needs to be careful of that wild card anyway. Sylveon is gonna go with the Protect here. Get the tasty HP back. Frostlass went for the Shadow Ball into the Basculin. And the Tailwind, it's gonna complicate things a bit more. If Sylveon is able to survive 1, and it has a move that isn't Hyper Balls, we could see quite a comeback here, but it's honestly really tough. It's gonna be a really difficult pull on both ends. Last respects from the Basculin is gonna come out. It's not gonna be enough to take out the Sylveon.
But the double up will be.
It's gonna be enough to take the Sylveon out. Finally. Finally, the Sylveon is down. Shadow Ball from Frostlass into the Basculin
Is not enough.
It's not gonna be enough, and this game is sentence. It's not gonna be enough, and sadly, gladly for the Gym League, it's gonna be the first win of the Gym Leaders. Something Smart.
Something Smart has successfully defended his gym.
See, that's what we like to see, a strong showing from our gym leaders.
Okay,
I
here
do have a question here, guys.
there is 4 potential megas on this team.
Since when do we have a Funko in the commentating table?
Oh my god.
You know I love you.
Oh my god.
You know I'm playing, Twin. You know I love you.
I'm not gonna lie, Twin, I did not even hear what you said.
I called you a Funko.
Well, at least I don't drop the ball when I'm battling.
Bruh. Bruh.
Okay, so the battle is about to start, and Jewel did have 4 megas available to her that I saw. I doubt they're all holding Mega Stones.
Ooh.
Aerodactyl and Tyranitar.
Yeah, they're Aerodactyl and turning it against Dragapult and Basculegion.
So this Aerodactyl could potentially be really threatened by a Dragon Darts and Flip Turn here, potentially, if there is a choice there.
Another thing that could be quite the challenge is if it goes for anything there isn't Tailwind and it's not faster, maybe a Breaking Swipe from the Dragapult even to drop both physical attacks. Pretty sure, as you said, Dragon Darts and Flip Turn is what one. It's just a delete button. However, I do think that Flip Turn plus Breaking Swipe would be enough as well.
Yeah, correct. The Flip Turn from Basculegion will almost always bring Aerodactyl to its focus dash if that is the item of choice here, meaning any double up of any kind. And we do see the... So we could also potentially just see a straight wave crash happening here. We do see the Dragon Darts.
That is a lot of damage. That is a lot of damage for Dragon Darts on that Aerodactyl. Oh!
That's gonna be a kill. There's no way anymore.
That is the Mega Evolution gone immediately.
That Mega Evolution did not even get a chance to attack. That is well played on Chris's part.
It is
But
gonna
that-
be the Tailwind from the Aerodactyl.
And the thing we're seeing here is that first Dragon Darts, the first hit was enough to bring Aerodactyl below half.
Yeah,
So
which is this is a very attack focused Dragapult.
That was when Chris needs to be careful from that White Guard. White Guard Dragonfall is definitely taking that Dragapult out. Maybe even the Basculegion.
Unfortunately for Jewel, if Wyguard is here, Wyguard does not actually block Dragon Darts because it is the smart targeting.
Yep,
it does-
it's just gonna go to the one you selected.
The smart targeting on Dragon Darts, I think, is one of the coolest and most infuriating moves that
Ever.
it is way to, like, we need, as much as I agree we need more moves like that, I don't want to see more moves like that.
No, it would be just I would try.
This was a good play from Chris's end. The Protect plus Switch. And we do just see the Earthquake, meaning Dragapult will most likely be able to live the double up of these two moves. Meaning that is going to be a strong Dragon Dart that can come out from this Pokemon next turn.
Either the Dragon Dart or maybe even a Phantom Force to just secure that first survival turn in what is a potential Trick Room here. The Tailwind is up, both Dark and Aerodactyl on the higher speed tier, and maybe a Trick Room is not that bad of an idea.
Unfortunately, with only 2 turns of the Tailwind left, there was probably not enough merit to going for the Trick Room here, as we do just see the Rage Powder come out instead.
It's just gonna be dual winged into the Rage Powder of the Sinus check.
But it's not enough.
No.
Sinistral.
Not gonna be enough Sinus check is one bulky boy.
The Dragon.
That Sinus check is perfectly done.
So now we've.
Which means Dragon Dart gonna come out. This will
Dragon
be
Dart is gonna come out.
Oh!
Not gonna die. The Garchomp is gonna be lower than half.
But unfortunately, this is the last turn of Tailwind. So Chris can just protect this Dragapult next turn.
Protect the Dragapult, maybe even protect the Basculegion if it's not hard. And it's basically a win here. This is quite the uphill battle for Drew. Let's be honest.
Yeah, this is a very rough position currently.
And the tailwind I thought was going to be detrimental to Chris, but it didn't. He navigated that, I think, very expertly.
Yes, and the Sinistral living, the dual wing, we're seeing how bulky these Pokemon can be trained. It was very crucial because it allowed it to redirect the follow-up Dragon Claw, which was
Hey guys, do we have another spot in the commenting table?
oh, Guren's in here.
Guren's here.
Don't stop coming. Welcome, Guren.
Guren. The only thing I will ask is that can you change your PNG to your gym profile so when you come in, I can fit you behind the commentating desk.
Oh, and we do just see the Dragon Claw come out here into the Protect, meaning this will just be a safe two knockouts from Chris's end into Jules' team this turn.
Haven't seen the White Guard. And even if Wild Guard is a thing, it can just Aqua Jet Dragon Darts because of the smart targeting.
The
These
Dragon Bolt will be the fastest thing here, and there's no issue with swapping that Bastion because
And Charizard.
we do just see a swap here, though. Instead of
Incineroar, which is not going to do a lot because of that clear body in Dragon Ball.
that is not going to help out here, and if the Aerodactyl protects, which it does not, but if it helps, both went into the Incineroar anyways.
Such a broken move.
And because this Dragon Bolt is that ghost typing, this next turn, it does not care about Incineroar's fake out.
And there is no more Sand, which means we're probably going to see the Mega from Chris here.
Yeah, we could just see a Mega from Chris here on the Charizard and Dragon Dart.
Start flying to Dragon Darts, exactly.
Yeah, and we can just see Dragon Darts plus Weather Ball here, which should just be enough to pick up both Mons. Unless this Incineroar is Citrus Berry, it might make it.
More than likely Citrus Berry. I don't know if you agree with me, Evan, on this, but it's probably the most reliable item Incineroar has now.
Protect is not going to be helpful here.
Helpful level.
Go into the Incineroar now.
Which is not Citrus Berry surprisingly.
Right then. As we do just see.
Incineroar, it's gonna be enough, and game one, it's probably gonna go Chris. If not, we can just say it's gonna go Chris.
This for game one goes to Chris because this Dragon Bolt will outspeed the Garchomp every single time.
That Sin is just surviving at 4 points. Was so good for Chris. Dragon Darts is gonna be more than enough, and we go to game 2, 0-1 for the gym leaders.
very nice, very nice. I am working on getting what do you want to call it? I'm working on getting Guren's PNG situated so he can fit behind.
I just got informed by the League Commission that I will be battling today as well.
Ooh. Very nice. And who will you be battling, sir?
I will be battling Sorith.
Nice.
I have nothing ready.
Oh. Okay, let me do something quickly.
Just faith.
Just faith.
Faith is all we need, brother.
That's the only thing I have ready for this battle.
Okay, and this is going to game 2. And on deck, I'm going to call this now. Rachel and TJ, you guys are on deck if this does not go to a game 3.
And the game is about to begin.
Now, I'm curious what kind of adaptations we could see, because the Milotic, I would be interested to see if that comes out, because it could be carrying that ice to help deal with this Dragon Bolt, and with the extra bulk that Milotic can have, that might be a solution here.
One of the things that's catching my eye is that Fire Taurus. Taurus Blaze.
We do just see the direct Asian lead here again. We do see the
Melodic is gonna be here. Is that wider on the Basket Legion? It's not.
I believe we saw from game 1 confirmation that the Basque Legion is Choice Scarf.
Choice card. That Melodic is gonna be quite a detriment to Dragapult, who is just gonna go for Phantom Force, doesn't want anything to do with the Melodic.
Flip turn cover. Oh, a critical.
Sure, that's a crit.
Not here.
That's gotta be the crit. Incineroar is down in turn 1.
That turn 1 crit from Jewel here.
Incineroar doing actively nothing and a half.
We see the icy.
Active wind. Icy wind is slowly gonna creep out Chris's team. especially if we see that Tito in the back.
We see the Charizard switch up from Jules in here. But now I am curious. We just see a Phantom Force and maybe a Mega Solar Beam into this Milotic slot.
Next Solar Beam, the Melodic is probably going to be the play. So is that Phantom Force.
It will be the Charizard X from Jules end here.
Charizard X with the Dragon Claw. I think it takes down the Dragon Ball in one hit.
It most certainly will. That will be a tough claws Dragon Claw.
Tough Claws Dragon Claw. It's quite a hit.
And Guren has joined the commentating desk. What's up, Guren?
Hello, it's everybody's favorite self-proclaimed edgelord who's in depth and shiny cardboard.
And we do see the Dragon Claw pick up the one-hit knockout on the Dragapult, but that Sun reducing the skull damage is very important here. As we
Very important because the Solar Beam is going to come out, in fact, into the Melodic, and it's just going to be done.
Ooh. That's a lot of damage.
It's a productive first two turns for both here. But I do believe that Icy Wind from the Melodic is going to be quite the way to carry in that Sard Wide.
we do see the Garchomp come out here, which makes this Charizard very threatened at the moment from a potential Rock Slide.
Potential Rock Slide and just Flow Blitz into the Sinister is probably going to be the play.
That would be my assumption as well, yes.
It's going to be quite difficult here. I think Duel might take game 2.
We love to see it. We love to see it.
We do have to respect the damage from adaptability last respects here. He does pick, or if Jewel does pick up 2 knockouts here, Chris will be in a okay position still, making a perhaps, just to protect the.
Just to protect from the Garchomp, it's probably just going to try to take. Protect from the Charizard, it's just going to try and take the Sinister out.
Protect that.
There's the Flare Blitz. But the question is, how much damage is going to be on the recoil? Ooh.
Oof. A little under 50%.
Now, unfortunately for Duel here, this last respects is now 150 base power. This Garchomp just protected, and you do not take Rough Skin Chip from Black X because it does
not a contact move.
Oh, that is correct. That is correct. I do believe that.
Not a contact move, and Garchomp, I don't know if Garchomp has a firepower here to take Basket Weekend out.
Nope.
I think both of these Pokemon are in very tough position when that Basket Legion hit the field, especially when you have the Last Respects threat looming over your head. You can barely hear Strings. We can barely hear you. I'm getting a report.
Oh no, I was just talking to my brother who is in my recording booth, aka my dirty room.
We will see where this. Oh, that might not be the.
On the Charizard, if the Last Respects is going there,
Double Protect.
It just fails the double protect. Last Respect into the Garchomp is gonna. It's
Us.
It's literally fine.
But you have this problem now of this Last Respects can go into the Charizard X now. And this Garchomp, if it has Tantrum, might be Earthquake as well, meaning it might not have the Rock Slide here.
It might be Earthquake, Stomping Tantrum, Protect, and Dragon Claw.
Meaning this might be a safe Last Respects into the Charizard X and just Weather Ball from the Charizard Y into the Garchomp.
Maybe even Heat Wave, like... I would go Weather Ball, just to not risk missing.
Oh.
Just to try to Last Respect into the Garchomp to secure the Is it Dragon Pulse? Is it Dragon Pulse or what?
Interesting.
No, it
Weather
is.
Ball.
It's gonna go for the Weather Ball.
Double resistant too, though, right?
That's quite the chunk.
It is, but that.
This game does just go to Chris now, though, because this Last Respects will always go first now.
Yeah.
PG Chris 6.
I feel like if Jewel had maybe a scale shot on her Garchomp, you think that one speed boost would outspeed the Basket Legion here afterwards?
Yeah, but there is no way in surviving this turn. That's the problem.
So the issue with that. is going to
Chris,
kill. And good
Whoa.
job, Chris. I will say that the showing for our gym leaders for tonight's matches has been phenomenal.
But I do want to give some respect to Jewel for those adaptations for that game too, because Chris was definitely put in a tougher position in the end game there.
Quite the battle we have. Chris takes a 2-0 win against Jewel.
Ooh, oh.
But now here we are looking at TJ's team. TJ has a clear cut which Pokemon is going to be the Mega here. It will be that Mega Gardevoir on this
It
team.
can only be the Mega Gardevoir.
And we do see that Tinkaton making an appearance on Rachel's side as well.
Tinkaton plus the Mega Floette showing up turn 1 here.
Oh, okay.
Against Weavile and Slorplaw. The beautiful boy is making an appearance here.
We do have to be worried. Both sides do have potential fake out here.
Fake Out is such a huge resource. Huge resource when it comes to Pokemon battles. And I think a lot of people, I'm not going to mention any names at our caster desk, but I think a lot of people, get
there
to
might
understand.
be someone around here that doesn't know how Fake Out works.
Yeah.
Hi, Guren, how you doing?
That guy must be a total idiot or something. I have no idea.
But we do see the Mega Floette come out here.
To make
we do
this,
see
oh,
Fake out the fake out. Oh,
as we do see Dazzling Gleam come through.
ooh, ooh.
It's not focused on the Weavile.
interesting. I'm assuming. I don't want to say what it is, but there has been. He's been using some.
Weavile
Oh,
is gone, and my favorite Pokemon is gonna use mine.
Oh. Okay.
so interesting. I will say this: something that makes this battle, I guess, even more a little close to home is I will say that Intercharismatic was there when Rachel and I got engaged. So this is a personal fight. It feels like. We are looking down that Gardevoir, which we can only assume is going to Mega, knowing that it is the only Mega capable Pokemon on TJ's side. What are your thoughts on the builds?
This is not potentially a good position for this Gardevoir, though, because Tinkaton is a rather bulky Pokemon.
And yes, it's not that big in the physical side, but Gigaton Hammer is still a really high hit. We're gonna see the round from the Slorplaw.
Which just doesn't do that much. But the round from...
Pixelate from Mega Gardevoir. It's
Oh!
not gonna be nothing that is gonna endure with 15. This
With a double... We see Play Rough come through on Slurpuff that will pick up.
The Slurpuff out, and because it was -2, Floyd is gonna be the slowest thing in the field for a while.
This is not looking like a good position for our gym leader TJ here.
Umbreon is the last Pokemon, and this is dire.
This is not looking good because this Floette is still at full HP right now.
The best bet right now would probably be like Hyper Voice and Snarl, maybe?
Yeah, if we can see a Hyper...
Face down the Floette.
As we do just see a Detect come out from the Umbreon, we do see...
The Hyper Voice. It's gonna do a big chunk to that Floette, though.
Now, it's going to be very interesting to see what Rachel has in the back here. Because...
The Moon, it's gonna go into the Umbreon.
If we do see an Empoleon here, we could have a potential very interesting matchup if that Snarl does try to go off.
Yes,
Mega
because...
Floette, it's so scary.
Oh!
Stranger Things.
Misha,
Okay. Hospitality heal.
back up. But this potentially could just be another Hyper Voice and a Dark move into the Sinistcha. And that would put this Floette in a bad position the following turn from another Hyper Voice, meaning because it would not be able to live another 2 turns of that.
Oh, we see the
If you
side
do
shot
that,
come out of the
it's
jar.
likely to do Floette, which is gonna do less than Hyper Voice did.
Oh,
Matcha gotcha avoided by the Gardevoir.
Unfortunately.
That might be the difference in between surviving this Dazzling Gleam or not.
and she does in fact go for the Dazzling Gleam, and wow.
Dazzling Gleam is gonna be survived by both.
But this should just now be a Hyper Voice and Foul Play into the Sinistcha here, though. Because that Hyper Voice will up this Floette.
Hyper Voice will KO the Floette, and Hyper Voice might even have enough firepower to take the Sinistcha down, and if not, as you said, Evan, Foul Play should take care of it. We're just gonna see the Hyper Voice taking the Floette down. Sinistcha survives the 13. The Citrus Berry is gonna come in action, but the Foul Play is probably gonna be enough.
Oh, but it is just...
Hey, did life do?
Oh, I'll stick
Oh. Okay.
Those we
Oh,
said.
Which Valkyrian?
That is a good play from TJ here, getting that Umbreon's health back up to full.
This is a fantastic play.
Depending on
So difficult to win down.
oh,
it, again,
That's what is gonna be the Dragonite.
potentially the extreme speed could be enough here to just pick up the Gardevoir due to its lack of.
Speed into Gardevoir and maybe another life from the Sinistcha.
I do think the extreme speed should be enough to actually deal with the Gardevoir. But then the problem is you're still staring down that Umbreon, which we know is going to be at full
Umbreon
health
is gonna
very
go for
soon.
Protect here. Gardevoir is faster than the Dragonite, just going for the Hyper Voice. A little bit shy in the Sinistcha.
Oh, a
As we see-
Heat Wave.
That goes for a Heat Wave.
Not
But
enough.
Oh, Matcha gotcha.
Gardevoir got just here. Sinistcha is gonna take care of the Gardevoir, sadly.
Now, unfortunately, this Umbreon, if just full play damage, this Sinistcha could go for life dews before Umbreon can attack, because we have seen it is faster of the 2 Pokemon.
It's going to be this is a very uphill battle for TJ, I think. I don't know if we don't know if it has
If
the Umbreon
the
has any
Dragonite
other attacking
has-
move.
If
But-
the Dragonite has only special moves as Snarl here, could potentially be the saving grace for TJ.
We see Draco Meteor come out,
Ooh.
but a very bulky Pokemon, it will eat this hit comfortably. So we do just see that.
We do see the Life Dew come out, which is going to, well, it's actually not going to reset that multi-scale.
The Foul Play is gonna come out into the Dragonite to take it at basically the same HP it was before the Life Dude.
I wonder what other moves Rachel.
Probably gonna be a wish. We're probably gonna see a wish here.
I think we're going to see a wish here from the Umbreon, and I'm wondering if we're going to see that Extreme Speed from the Dragonite, if it has it on it.
It's the only reliable move it has right now because it's -2. But
But
it's just too
do-
tanky.
And we do have to keep in mind here, this Umbreon could potentially, because we have not seen its ability, if it is running synchronized instead of inner focus potentially,
That burn
Oh,
could
but
be
this-
detrimental.
this Sinistcha is getting Rachel so much ground right now.
This game one, I do believe it's gonna go to Rachel because Extreme Speed plus Matcha Gotcha is gonna KO from this range.
You are pressuring, like you could detect here to get another turn of leftovers, which TJ does go for. But if we perhaps see a Life Dew come out here instead, calling the Protect,
Maybe a good thing to Draco Meteor.
Life Dew is gonna come out, and this is just the uphill battle now. That multi-scale is almost up again.
It's a minute, yeah, when that multi-scale comes back, it's going to be an issue. Because then
If
you're
you're
resetting yourself.
if you're a TJ here, you almost have to go for that wish to try to maintain your
You
health.
need to go for Wish Detect and hope You survive both extreme speed and Machagacha, and that you don't get burned.
Ooh. We do see the Machagacha connect, which that is a
It will kill.
Umbreon goes down game 1.
I am interested to see what changes we see in leads.
I would be interested to see if that potential Meowscarada comes out, because the Flower Trick could be very good in removing the Floette early on here.
Let alone Flower Trick, you get access to Triple Axel and Protean.
If you want to risk
Triple Axel can do a lot of job against the Dragonite and the Sinistcha.
It very
Correct.
much can. I am very interested to see if we see the return of the Dragonite, knowing that TJ does have those fairy type Pokemon that are super effective against it.
Into game 2 we go.
Because looking at the rosters on each side, we have that Meowscarada, we have that Sylveon, which we've seen the Sylveon even tonight be very, very useful. But the Incineroar and the Empoleon from Rachel's side also have a very, I would say they have a very good use case within this battle. We do have a mess.
Same openings.
So we do have some chats. We have Hayes said he can't believe that match, and let's go, Rachel. Pokesphere Draco says I can see an Empoleon pivot. Also, screw that penguin.
Hey, I'm Napoleon bias here too.
Rough declarations.
You see the same speed from Rachel here, as we do see the Meowscarada come through.
Pivot.
Evidently, the opening for TJ had to be different.
Yeah, that opening for him the first time did not go in his favor. And we did see that there is not the Focus Sash on the Weavile, meaning it is just going to go down to a Dazzling Gleam from the Floette here.
But which one will fake out this time? Fake
It
out.
can always take up the full S. Weavile is gonna go for the fake out.
Oh, he's
into the
faking out the fake out
again.
again.
We're gonna see acrobatics from Meowscarada, the Protean. It's no item probably for that double damage boost. It's not gonna be enough.
Ooh.
It is very,
It's gonna come out. Weavile is gonna survive.
which means that critical hit on the Weavile in-game
Mattered.
important there.
It mattered
also-
quite a bit.
We also
Wait, it's not Mega Evolved either, though.
no. I was gonna say we also did not see the
Oh,
Mega
yeah,
Evolution come out
We
from.
did not see the Mega Evolution, so that meant there was no Fairy Aura on that Dazzling Gleam this time. Which means she might be gearing up to use Mega Dragonite in the back instead.
We are in fact gonna see that Mega Dragonite instead of the Floette, because Floette cannot survive another acrobatics here.
No, and that acrobatics is gonna
Maybe
go
if
first.
it's Mega Floette into the Hospitality HP recovery, maybe that Dazzling Gleam can put out a little bit more work, but I don't know if we're gonna see that.
We do see the
It is a
Floette Mega. But if this is not a Protect, then TJ does just go for another Acrobatics. This is the
Another
deal.
acrobatics and it's done for.
See, Weavile using Fling. Fling the
Fling?
King.
James Rock.
On the Tinkaton.
Okay.
We do just see the Acrobatics come through.
Oh! Oh! And the. Oh, okay. That was a very risky play. Very risky play, but it definitely does not survive another
Oh,
acrobatics.
it's not gonna survive another acrobatics.
Damn, that was a low roll too.
Oh my
I'm
god.
assuming it's a low roll. That's oh my gosh.
And we do see the Sylveon change up as well.
Sylveon is gonna come out.
That Sylveon
We are-
also gains the benefit
Anyone
of that
knows-
Fairy Aura.
Anyone knows if Meowscarada gets round?
I do.
No idea.
I have
Yeah.
no idea. I wouldn't say so.
here. We are going to see here, though, this Tinkaton's typing is able to hit everything in TJ's team, which is going.
Gigaton Hammer.
Oh! Strings, to your information, Meowscarada does not learn round.
Alright. For a second, I got scared there.
This
Tinkaton bringing out the hammer after being unable to do anything for 2 turns.
Tinkaton with the sauce.
But
No,
this Tinkaton click Gigaton Hammer on this next turn, meaning the Gardevoir will be safe to go for any attack it wants.
it's going to be interesting to see if we see a switch out from the Mega to try to avoid the acrobatics, but I'm not entirely sure that that's going to happen. We are losing. And we are going to see the Mega Evolution
We're
from
gonna
the
see the
Gardevoir.
Mega Gardevoir, the only Mega Evolution in TJ's team with this battle.
Oh, and an acrobatics into the
Tinkaton. Probably gonna go for the Hyper Voice, hoping it kills.
So you see the Dazzling Gleam, but that will be enough to pick up Meowscarada now. But we will see this Fairy Aura Hyper Voice come through, but it's not enough.
It's not enough to take the Tinkaton down, and if it's any Fake Out user in the back, it's...
We do see the player off, and this is the writing on the wall. Because if you have that Dragonite, you will have that potential multi-scale in the base form at full HP. Meaning,
You know it has that
Oh.
extreme speed.
in a
gonna
sh-
be the same step to get that sweet, sweet healing into the Tinkaton. And we're just gonna see a Gigaton Hammer here.
Okay,
We
Draco. Oh,
we
wow.
are seeing little Fairy Steel typing come into play here. As we do just see the Protect, but I don't think TJ is going to gain anything from this, though. You
There-
avoid the get hammer, but you are
It
so,
can pull out the Gigaton Hammer.
but you are already so
Well,
low.
Gardevoir has not enough firepower to take this one. It needs a possible crit in the Tinkaton. It's
The
not
critical-
gonna be enough.
enough, though.
Just gonna be shy.
As we do see
Play rough. Tinkaton is gonna take down game 3.
Ooh. I believe this is. That was game what? 2?
That was
Game
game
2.
2.
2-0.
that is 2-0 for Rachel, the challenger.
That's-
winning.
Congratulations, Rachel.
What an amazing battle.
She will be awarded the Darbink badge. Now, Strings, I do believe you need to leave the commentating desk.
I do need to leave the commentating desk, and I will like maybe 15 minutes.
Or at least death.
because I need to prepare something. I have nothing.
Okay, so we're gonna say goodbye to Strings while he leaves the commentating desk, and I actually need to go get Sword's roster because I do not have that because he legitimately just made it.
Measler looks very strong here. We do have to keep that in mind. And from Sword's side, his options for his megas here are not particularly good for this matchup, in my opinion. Being the Follette and the Altaria, you are not looking promising into some of these Pokemon.
I am very
Family of 3.
I am very concerned for Sword's picks here.
Yeah, because from String's end, we do see two potential megas here with the Glamora that will have access, and we do see the Glamora going for the mega here, meaning it will have adaptability ability. Meaning these poison and rock moves will do significantly more damage. We do see
Take out.
onto the Mousehold. As we do just see an Gambit, not quite enough for a 2-hit KO here. We do just see an Iron Head, which here.
I mean, it's got the adaptability, but it does lose the poison spikes or the poisonous debris.
Yeah, it does lose toxic debris here. And that Earth Power, keep in mind, unfortunately, is not adaptability boosted because the Glamora is a poison and rock type and not ground. We do see the Sucker fail as we see Gigaton Hammer come through, doing huge damage to this Mousehold.
I feel like I've seen more Gigaton Hammers today than I have ever seen
In champ,
in anything.
I have only played about 2 Tinkatons in my whole time on Champions, and they have both died immediately. We do see the Sneasler come out here. As we see the Protect from the Mousehold, that is a good play for delivering this Mousehold for the next turn. We do see that Sucker Punch fail. As Foul Play goes into the Mousehold slot. That is an interesting choice of move here. But you are now pressuring that Fake Out into this Gambit, or you could just protect Sneasler as you go for another Gigaton Hammer on the Mousehold, removing it and pressuring the Gambit with the close combat on the following turn. If you're on Sword's End here, this is a rough position currently.
I agree. I think that there is potentially, depending on what's in the back, I'm not seeing a lot of, I guess, escape for this on Sword's End.
You do see the swap here. As Sword swap it out. Going to Sneasler, meaning if all of this goes for a close combat into the Mousehold, that is a great play by Strings here. Now you do
not white turn? Oh.
You see a whiter.
It is.
Negating close defense drop, meaning this Sneasler will now have doubled speed thanks to its unburdened ability here.
Yeah, it again.
As you can just double protect on this fake out, unless you're concerned about the sword stance. But even with the sword stance, you potentially will live the Sucker Punch from with Sneasler here, meaning you'd be able to just close combat the next turn. And we do see the fake out come through. We see Tailwind.
Guren, just as a heads up, Rachel's badge case is updated, and you will see the Darbing badge on her profile.
Oh, nice.
Oh.
Okay, the phone call.
You are now pressing an encore on that fake out, plus the close combat here.
An encore on the fake out will be hugely detrimental for that Sneasler.
That is correct. With the encore pressure, you are basically forcing the Sneasler to switch out here. Otherwise,
I do see the badge on the case, though.
We do see the switch out here, covering for the encore play. There will be that floette, meaning this Sneasler is looking very dangerous from String's End. And we do just see that close combat. And it is enough thanks to there being no Chopper Berry on the Gambit. Although I do not think Chopper Berry saved it from that HP range.
Do we know what item the King what item the King Gambit actually has?
It was not shown, but being that there is no Chopper Berry, I would say it's a safe assumption to assume that it might be just Black Blasters to boost those Dark Titans.
Yeah.
As you now have a safe double protect here from String's End if you feel so inclined. As in you would have the encore pressure the next turn. That is an interesting switch unless there is no protect on that Sneasler, so you want to keep it safe. We do see the Mega come out from Floette.
So here's the dangerous thing. Like, for me, at least, if I was going to be a challenger, I'm not entirely sure that I would bring in Mega Floette into either, Strings or TJ's gym, just for the simple fact that you are giving those gym leaders access to Fairy Aura without them having to expend anything themselves.
Ever come out from, and we see Pollen Puff on the Floette. That is an interesting choice of move.
That is very interesting utility.
And this is looking about wrapped up for Strings of victory here because of that Endeavor onto the Floette. It is now dead through any single hit. And you are pressuring Fake Out here with the Glamora, or with the Tinkaton, allowing the Glamora to attack any of the opposing slots. We do just see the Fake Out on the Sneasler. We did not see a Protect come through, but it is just the Earth Power on the Sneasler, but that is enough. And as you see, Giga Drain, this is a standard Floette in the slightest. You are not using with its Fairy Aura ability.
It is interesting that we have not seen a fairy move come from this Floette. The utility of the Pollen Puff plus the Giga Drain. I mean, I do understand in some cases where it could come in very handy, but I'm also wondering where's your benefit for your Fairy Aura?
Yeah, as you do just see the Sludge Wave, which is in good combination with Tinkaton. As you do just see game one going to the gym leader strings here.
Sword will have a chance to try to come back for game two, and I'm wondering what adjustments Sword will make.
I think if you are Sword here, you might want to make that change up to the, I would say almost to the Altaria, because that Floette did not do you anything here. But that Altaria also having that fairy typing in its Mega form is not looking promising for this matchup either. I think he would honestly be more likely to perform better if you don't bring any of your Megas here that you've brought to this matchup. I think your best bet is the Incineroar, Mousehold, King Gambit, and Sneasler combination here.
Yeah, the actual Floette itself is not. It's not doing him any favors.
With the poison, with Strings having fairy types and that would benefit from the Fairy Aura, plus poison types to threaten the Floette, it's not looking like a promising Pokemon in this matchup.
It is not, and like I was saying before, as much as we saw it used to great ability from Rachel's side when she battled TJ, the aspect of the fact that you are giving your opponents a... Oh, what am I doing? You are giving your opponents a free 30% bonus to their fairy attacks. Why are you not opening your eyes?
Yeah, I will be curious here because if we do see that change up, Strings does have this Ariados, which is very good with that Rage Powder redirection here to keep things safe from the Sneasler and from the King Gambit Sucker Punches here. Because we have the lack of things like safety goggles, there's no way for King Gambit to ignore that redirection. So that would be an interesting change up from Strings' end potentially. As we do see the Incineroar Altaria switch up to her.
This might actually benefit him.
Now this is going to proc the White Herb on the Sneasler immediately, and the Tinkaton will have the faster Fake Out here.
Who won the first round?
Strings did.
Oh, okay.
So if you restrict here, Fake Out on the Incineroar plus a Dire Claw into the Altaria is a pretty safe play. I would see a Fake Out.
Fake out, double Fake Out.
We see a double Fake Out, which is not a bad We also did not see the Mega
And we see
Evolution on the
leftovers and
Altaria.
Incineroar, but we did not see the Mega come out from this Altaria, meaning it might just be a normal Altaria and no Mega here.
Looks like the bird is going to be birding.
You do have to be aware of potential Brave Bird onto the Sneasler slot right now, too.
Whimsicott.
As we see the close combat come through, which will be enough for the KOing of the Incineroar, but this leaves the Altaria to do whatever it wants on this turn.
And I am wondering if you're correct. I'm wondering if we see a Brave Bird into either slot to...
It is just a Tailwind, but now you're pressured by this Encore from the Whimsicott. Did you just see the King Gambit? I mean, this could potentially just... Because you have that Unburden on Sneasler, this is a fairly safe Encore in close combat here.
And there it is.
Yeah.
Locking it into that Tailwind, as we do just see close combat pick up another one-hit knockout.
And again, like you said previously, we're not seeing the Berry Bird like reducing that damage, and it's very hard for a King Gambit to survive the close combat from a Sneasler coming out like that.
It is, in fact, impossible for King Gambit to live the close combat from Sneasler there without the Chople Berry. And even with the Chople Berry, you have to be intentional with your investments from your stats to make sure you do always live that close combat.
Because it is a 4 times weakness. Or in this game's case, it's extremely effective.
As we do see another close combat come through, and that's another one-hit knockout for the Sneasler, as we will probably see a Moonblast come through on this Altaria, and it is locked to Tailwind, meaning this game is over.
And there is the Moonblast. I don't think the Moonblast is going to be enough to kill. I could be wrong. But
it is enough, but it's not going to matter here.
The Encore is what? This is the final final turn of Encore, I believe.
But we do just see the forfeit come through. I mean, that is really on game 2 for Strings.
Strings showing, giving us a great showing after yesterday's defeat against Jewel.
After the blunder of yesterday's mistakes.
I will say the showing from our gym leaders has been phenomenal for tonight. But
that also goes to show the power level that we're having here in the Thavorian Skies Discord server. Even the challengers can put up a very good fight against the gym leaders themselves.
And with that, I am going to say, if you would like to join our gym league, please join the Discord, come in, ask about the gym league, and any member that is partaking will give you direct instructions on how to enter that. But I think with that, we are done for the night. There has been no other challenges issued. Evan, Guren, I want to say thank you for joining us. Same for Strings, who was here earlier. And with that, we are going to call it a night. But I will say, again, amazing showing for our gym leaders, Strings, TJ, Smart, and Chris. And good job for the competitors. You guys did amazing. Rachel, the only one to successfully snag a gym badge from this night's events. We will see you guys later. Thank you for watching. Have a wonderful evening.